What up, guys? Blade Master here. Welcome to yet another Blade Balance tournament. No, not Blade Balance tournament. This is just a regular Blade Balance battle fought between me and Achilles. We're playing in Nemedosena, rainy Nemedosena. And I'm going to use this video to try and talk to you guys about some new changes that I've made to Blade Balance. Specifically, this one is focused more on barbarians. Now, I know I already buffed the spearmen earlier by giving them more javelins, but still, it didn't seem like anyone was really bringing them. So, as you can see here, I've brought Arverni, and I've brought a mix of spearmen and chosen swordsmen as my main line against a Macedon army brought by Achilles. Now, the reason why you see so many swords and spears combined is because I've given spear shield screen a 5 bonus versus infantry. Now, I've tested this out versus something like Thorax Hoplites, and Thorax Hoplites still beat the best mid-tier spear unit of the same price, which is the Boei Veteran Spears, which is good, which is exactly what I want. I don't want the Veteran Spears to win against Thorax Hoplites, but I do want them to have an increased roll against enemy infantry and just be a better unit. Just have a better general purpose, essentially. So all spearmen who have shield screen now have a 5 bonus versus infantry potentially. So that's the first big change for these factions. Now the second big change is in these guys. As you can see, the Arverni now have shock cav. Light horse has been transformed into light shock cavalry. Now again, this is because light horse were another unit that weren't being brought. You can see, that the barbarian roster in general is very limited, and even then, people weren't bringing a lot of the units that barbarians could bring. And I think this change is very useful for something like Arverni, and I'll show you why soon enough. Let's take a look at my army comp for now. I brought a mix of chosen spearmen and chosen swordsmen. I brought 3 chosen swordsmen and 4 chosen spearmen with a spear nobles general. Now with the addition of 5 bonus versus infantry for shield screen, you can bring a general like this. A spear noble will actually do very well, and they cost a fair bit less than the oathstone as well. I brought a total of 4 heavy horse on my flanks, and I brought 2 light horse and an extra heavy horse in the center. I brought a total of 2 levy free, and I brought 2 savage dogs. Now I think the savage dogs against any civilized faction is a must-have because they will do really well against the enemy skirmishers. Now, on the other hand, Macedon, brought by Achilles, excuse me, Achilles does not have any pikes. He's brought 4 militia hoplites, he's brought 4 thorax swordsmen behind them, brought 2 Thessalians, and he's brought a 3rd Thessalian there, and looks like 4 Thessalians actually, 4 Thessalians. A couple of mercenary Thracian warriors on the flanks, 3 Thracian warriors, 2 javelin men, and a royal pelters general. Now you can see I already knew that he was bringing Thessalians, so I put my heavy horse into wedge formation to minimize the impact from a charge for these guys. And now I'm also using the savage dogs to chase after the Thessalian cav. Meanwhile, I'm pulling away my main line, and it looks like I'm going to just charge in with chosen spearmen on the far side. And I'm going to use them to help support these battles. They will be very versatile infantry now because they can help support cav battles with their cavalry counter tactics, and they can support infantry battles, but they won't do really well at all. They won't do well, they'll do okay. Savage dogs tearing up some Thessalian cav and some mercenary Thracian warriors. He's pulling away the rest of his main line now. He's pulling away his thorax swordsmen and letting his militia hoplites take the brunt of the charge. Meanwhile, I'm pulling around my light horse. Now I hope this doesn't desync a lot because I did make a couple of changes. I increased the mass by 5% of light cavalry and very light cavalry after this, and increased their speed as well by 5%. But anyways, I'm going to charge in with chosen spearmen and chosen swordsmen on the main line. His militia hoplite is going to get slaughtered, but he's doing a smart thing and using his thorax swordsman to help support here. Meanwhile, I'm pulling away my light horse, and they are all the way on the far side. They have super speed now, and I think they are going to be a really, really critical addition to any barbarian army, and they will be a very useful tool, and I'll show you why. Because these light horse are about to charge into Thessalian cav and get a rear charge into a lot of shock cav. They will lose a lot of men in the process, but now because they're light, they're able to pull away very quickly and then charge into this mercenary Thracian warrior. Now you can see they've taken so much damage already because that Thessalian cav decided to get a counter charge. But rear charging this Thracian warrior has got it to break. and now my chosen spearman can finish off the rest of this Thessalian cav. This light horse has gotten a few kills on the mercenary Thracian warrior as well. It's got frenzied charge, so I'm going to be able to make it unbreakable. So it's got 7 men left. It's going to hit some of these javelin men by pulling through the by pulling through the Thracian warriors. Get a few kills, hold down the Thessalian cav, the javelin men. Let me see where the other light horse is. I can't really. Oh, there it is. It rear charged this Thessalian cav and this mercenary Thracian warrior, getting 34 kills there. My Celtic warrior is now hitting the thorax swordsman. This light horse, because it's so quick, I'm going to be able to charge in, pull away, charge out, charge in again against this royal peltis now, the general. Meanwhile, my chosen spearmen are in shield screen. They have incredible melee defense now and 5 bonus for his infantry, but they will not do well against something like a royal peltist. Celtic warriors here losing to thorax swordsman, chosen swordsman losing to thorax swordsman, and this Thessalian cav has destroyed this chosen spearman, but it's gotten a few kills on the Thessalian cav there. But yeah, they don't have the greatest morale, of course, only 55 morale, and they only have 55 health as well. So the chosen swordsman as well here, they're god damn it, sorry, they are getting rear charged by Thessalian cav, but I'm going to use my spear nobles here to just chase after and kill off some of these Thessalian cav. I think some pikes would have done Macedon a great favor here, but this sort of army was chosen to be decent against pikes and decent against something that's not pike centric anyways. Light horse here charging into javelin men, killing them off along with the heavy horse. The reason why I say that this would be good against even a pike faction is because I brought so many spearmen, and with all those javelins they can put some serious hurt on the pikemen, and then I can use my savage dogs to help clear out any skirmishes as well. Here you can see my heavy horse just rear charging the shit out of thorax swordsman and militia hoplites as well. So that should turn the tide in the favor of my chosen spearmen. I didn't realize these guys have only 55 health, but the units that I tested the thorax hoplites against, the veteran spears, they have 60 health. They are very, very good units, and they still don't beat the thorax hoplites. They barely lose to them, but critical thing is they always lose to them. So now spear noble is going to rear charge this thorax swordsman, and the thorax swordsman doing well decently so far against the chosen spearmen. That's the thing against chosen spearmen, they'll do decently against all types of units. Here you can see they've gotten a single XP chevron, but the Thracian warrior, of course, getting a lot of kills on very expensive, much more expensive units in the process. But it was always a case for barbarian and the barbarian roster. You'd have, as you see, I pop Unity of the Tribes and my heavy horse coming in to charge. You'd have units that are just the best units in the game, or you'd have units that are just terrible. So a Boyai or Arverni would just have, like Arverni, the biggest reason why Arverni always lost against a Boyai build or any other thing is like because they had their chosen swordsmen who are only 55 in health. But now they have light horse, they have heavy horse. Before, any barbarian build would only have a heavy horse. They'd only bring heavy horse, they'd bring their mid-tier infantry, and they'd bring some levy freemen. Now you can see they have more options. They can bring a lot more spearmen. They can bring savage dogs. They can bring a lot more dogs. So there's a lot more variety that you can bring in a barbarian roster, and that makes them a lot more fun to play with. I am going to try and make some more changes. Gallic Hunters, I think the Gallic Hunters are really good now though, because they have 175 range. So that's another addition for Arverni. But yeah, you guys probably would have seen that. You guys probably saw the changes, like little menu thing that I put in this video at the start of the game, so that you could see all the changes that have been made so far. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of these changes for Arverni specifically, and for the barbarians. There are a couple more changes that you probably have seen, because I put that on the video, like the Iberian cav and stuff like that. But the biggest change was in the light horse, and you can see one of these light horses have done really well. And bringing more cav like this increases micro, makes for a more fun game in my opinion. Chosen swordsman did okay. Chosen spearman as well did okay. Spear nobles, of course, a pretty reliable unit. Not as strong as the Oaths one by any means, but just decent, just a reliable unit. That's why against a Macedon build, if he brought like 3 or 4 pikes and brought some skirmishers, I could have used the spearmen to just kill off the cavalry and use the savage dogs to try and kill off the enemy missiles. And that would basically take care of everything. I haven't made any changes to pikes. I didn't remove disciplined or anything, so they still have the same amount of morale. But yeah, I might make some changes based on what you guys think. If you want me to reduce the base morale, or if you want me to reduce or remove discipline or something like that, let me know. Alright, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this battle and stay tuned for more. Peace.